That time again. I wanted to do kind of like an update video on where we're at with two franchises as we head into another summer, Arizona and Calgary. And it's because of all the franchises, of all the stability issues, Arizona and Calgary stand out for different reasons. Before Calgary fans get upset, and before Arizona fans get upset, there's not really a whole lot that's changed. But I figured, you know what? A, the channel's had a lot of growth, and B, it's worth looking at because it's really, really interesting. And Arizona's interesting for the wrong reasons. Glendale doesn't work. And we seem to agree that Glendale doesn't work. And when I say we, I mean fans, ownership, the NHL. Bettman's already stated many times his desire to move east. They want to move towards Phoenix. And the Glendale thing just doesn't seem to be working. And I'm still baffled as to why Glendale wants to keep it going. And I'm being honest. Glendale's lost money on this deal for years. And the argument has been that it generates tourist dollars and it fills up the hotels and these people all eat food when they're there and it generates money and revenues and cash. And yet, when you look at any kind of studies into what an arena actually does for a city, these things are not usually worth the costs. They will be in the Central Division in 2021 when Seattle comes in. So if Seattle come in 2020, this conversation might be a little bit more concerning than it is right now. So they have 2 years to get things figured out, or do they? Because that's the big question mark. Does Arizona actually have 2 years? So I was looking around trying to find information on what exactly is going on right now. They do have the yearly lease at Gila River. So Gila River, they will play at Gila River again next season. But it's a year-by-year thing where every they go, yeah, we're staying. And then you wait 12 months and, yeah, we're staying. And that's not good. And again, and I know people say, oh, hockey doesn't work in the desert, to which Vegas goes, hi. The year-by-year thing, they've got to figure this out. There's some excitement about the Arizona Coyotes right now. They came up short when it comes to the run for the playoffs, but they were at least playing important games right up until April, and their attendance started going up for the first time in a long while, and that may eat into some of those losses that they suffer every year. The owner, Andrew Barraway, hedge fund guy, wants to sell. He wants the evaluation to be at $500 million. This was the sticking point. They have debts of $250 to $300 million, depending on what way you look at their books. They're in serious debt. And he's like, this is worth $500 million. It's sort of like you walk into a business, you go, yeah, I'm thinking about buying this business you got. I don't see any. This seems like it's really kind of, how far in debt are you? I don't know, about $25,000. I see. What do you think your business is worth? I don't know, 100 grand. Thanks. And you just turn around and walk out. If Andrew Barraway showed up on Shark Tank, the Sharks would all tell him no. And Mark Cuban would tell him that a $500 million evaluation is insane. Absolutely crazy insane. But Barraway doesn't, I think what it is, I think he doesn't really want to admit that he made a mistake making this purchase. And he wants to make sure he's doing right by Arizona. What works in Arizona's favor for fans of the team is that the people who are in charge right now and the owners want to keep the team in Arizona. They don't want to just sell off and move them to Houston. Tillman is lurking in the background, and I haven't heard anything concrete about him buying the Arizona Coyotes and moving them to Houston. But those rumors are not going away until they figure out a permanent solution for the arena issue. As long as they're in Gila River, as long as they're losing money, as long as the team's owner clearly wants out, these rumors are going to continue. Tillman's worth $3.1 billion. And he paid a lot of money for the Houston Rockets, and he'd like to have the Coyotes at Toyota Center. And he hasn't been shy about it either. And Gary Bettman's met with him, odds are, because he's worth $3.1 billion. If he called me and said, hey, do you want to hang out, go for coffee? Yes. Yes, Tillman, I do. Absolutely. How much of the money's coming with you? And I'm sure that's the question that Bettman was asking him, because, again, with the NHL, they really like the whole idea of having owners that are really, really, really rich. And Andrew Barroway is not. By comparison with regular NHL owners, by comparison with sports owners in general, he's not. And he's definitely bit off more than he can chew. Now, there could be a new owner in place this summer. So there's been discussions. They've been kind of behind closed doors, and there hasn't been anything really getting out about who's being negotiated with and exactly what's going on. But this summer, we could get either a clear picture of here's the new guy, the savior for the Coyotes, who's going to keep them in Arizona, or hey, it's Tillman. Crap. So, again, it really could go either way, and it could be revealed as soon as this summer what's going to happen with the Arizona Coyotes. Now, over in Calgary, it's not that dire. It really isn't. The city's preparing a new offer, and I've been waiting on this, and I looked it up a few weeks ago, and I went, all right, I'll wait and see when the new offer. There's no indication of the city's actually submitting a new offer to the team. And the new arena could cost $600 million. And taxpayers who are experiencing a downswing in the Alberta income game and taxes are going up and the economy's kind of in the crapper, they really don't feel like bailing out a hockey team at this point in time. It's a really bad time for them to be asking for money. So while taxpayers are watching their income drop and their costs rise, now you got a hockey team going, hey, can we borrow some money? And taxpayers are saying no. So it's a tricky balancing act that has to be performed by potentially Alberta's government itself, by the local government in Calgary. Because, hey, if you're the mayor of Calgary, you want to stay the mayor of Calgary. And if you mess this up, you're not going to be the mayor of Calgary for very long. And that's the question, is who pays for it? So who's going to pay for the new arena? And where does it go seems to be part of the issue, although the city's already putting in like new track and new sports, and they want to put in all these new sporting facilities. The idea being that they're the only major city in Canada that doesn't have some of these sporting facilities and track facilities, and they want to get all that straightened out. And we know they were in on the Winter Games, the Olympic Winter Games, and they lost out, which a lot of people in Calgary said, good, we didn't want them. But there's money there. There's money to be spent. So with money to be spent, it is possible that with all of these other things, these sporting facilities, these large areas of the city that are saying we want to reinvigorate this area of the city, that an arena will be part of it. And the Flames, I think, are kind of counting on it a little bit. And I think the city, honestly, is kind of counting on it as well, that a new arena could be part of it. But there's no rush. There's no rush to get this done. So it'll be interesting to see if the NHL themselves step in and try to maybe nudge this a little bit so there is a little more of a rush to get a new arena going. But the team's still making money. Every report I've seen, the Calgary Flames make money. The attendance is still excellent. The team is very popular locally, and there is no reason to be concerned that the Calgary Flames are going anywhere. Anything that I hear on the NHL side regarding needing a new arena has always felt like gamesmanship. It's always felt like they're just trying to push it in that direction, and the city isn't being pushed around. So while there are some cities and some city councils that will kind of bend over backwards for sports and for the money that they have, there are certain cities and city councils that say, wait, no, we're not going to do that. So it is two separate situations. Both teams need a new arena. There's no argument really about that. There has been some discussion with Glendale that they may be willing to upgrade the Gila River experience you have when you're there, and to upgrade the arena so that it's more palatable to the National Hockey League to stay there long term and to the Coyotes. The real trick, though, is going to be the continued attendance. And it is not a great location, comparatively speaking, with, finding a way to make it work in Phoenix, that big city. There has been some looking at, and I couldn't find anything concrete about it, but the idea of them playing in the same arena as the Phoenix Suns. But you may end up with a Barclays situation where, yeah, you've got the attendance, but your sight lines are crap. So that seems to be part of the problem with the idea of just sharing the same arena as the Phoenix Suns, and then you get into other issues as well. But it is definitely a more perilous situation for Phoenix slash Arizona slash Glendale than it is for the Flames. The Flames, I really can't see a situation where the Flames actually move. I don't think there's any appetite to do that. I don't think the NHL wants to do it. Ideally, they just want a new building, and they want to create a situation where that building gets put in place as soon as possible, because there is some fear that with the Saddle Dome, every year they get closer to losing money. The Saddle Dome itself is not seen as an attractive location for concerts. Concerts now all go through Edmonton, and Calgary's getting skipped regularly. So that may put some pressure on the city, because now that really is dollars that are going somewhere else that normally would come into your city. That may put more pressure on them to build a new arena as well. It's not like they're going to build a new arena just for concerts and say, well, we're not going to put hockey in it. They're not crazy. That would make some hockey fans quite angry. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How much do the Arizona Coyotes sell for? Who do they sell to? And when can we finally be done with this? Will it be all figured out? So in the Central Division in 2021, they'll still be the Arizona Coyotes. Or are we going to see a change? And with Calgary, what ends up happening here? Where do we end up seeing that that compromise? And if you're a taxpayer right now in Alberta, most specifically in Calgary, how do you feel about the idea of paying maybe a tax to keep the Calgary Flames around? Like a civic tax, Flames tax. I can't see that being popular at all. I can't see the idea of, hey, we gave $250 million to the Flames to help them build their new arena, when the owners of the Calgary Flames could certainly build it themselves. It's going to be interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.